Section 6, parking brake and air brakes. All right, so there is what we call on this agency an air brake course, and it describes in detail what the air brakes do, how they work, and how they work in conjunction with the parking brake. And it also describes the differences in the verses of hydraulic brakes. So if you are getting passed on this apparatus, you should have already been passed on the air brake portion of the course, which is another hour or so. Okay? All right. So the apparatus is equipped with a braking system operated off air supply. And again, what did we say the happies were? The happy range was on the air supply on your gauges?
90 to 120.
90 to 120, okay? If it gets around below 60, what does it start doing for you?
Yellow.
Okay, it's going to yell at you a lot. It's going to show you, okay? You'll have the visual, you'll have the audible, and then you'll have another visual because it'll blink red at you as well. Okay? So you want to make sure that if you're hearing that, what do you do with the apparatus?
You know, I saw it really quick.
Find a solid place to pull over and wait, okay? The apparatus is built with an onboard compressor that if you rev up the RPMs of the truck, it actually does bump up the pressure inside your compressor tank. All right? Good? So this is going to discuss a little bit about engaging and disengaging the parking brake, the air brake operations, and what it sounds like and what it feels like to you, okay? Air brakes, hydraulic brakes feel completely different. And you'll see that when we go out and we actually mess with the tanker, the apparatus itself. I'm going to have all you guys get in the apparatus and you'll actually put your foot to the brake and you'll see what it feels like in comparison to what your everyday driving vehicle feels like. Okay? There's a bit more resistance and a bit more bounce to it. Okay? Whenever you apply the pressure, the air pressure to the brakes, it has to go somewhere. You will hear noises that you don't typically hear on your everyday POV. All right? And that will be normal. Whatever you hear today will be normal and something that you should listen for from here on out. The air supply is supplied through an onboard air tank. Okay, I discussed a little bit earlier of the way the tank is built. It's again a wet tank, primary tank, and a secondary tank, and it just works all in conjunction with each other. Primary tank is going to supply the air to the rear brakes, which are going to be the safest way of braking the vehicle because there is your wheel hub assembly back there. The way it's built, you want to slow the vehicle from the rear because if you were to stop it abruptly from the front, what does that do to your vehicle? Send you out of control or it can put you in a nose wheelie. Okay? We don't want that. Alright? It's just like driving a motorcycle. You don't want to nose wheelie your motorcycle and throw yourself over the handlebars. Seatbelts save lives, right? We don't want our faces inside the windshield. Okay? Air tank is supplied by an extra airline source or an onboard compressor. Could be either or. The one here, we plug in. Okay? There are the same brand of tankers out on our fleet that actually have an onboard compressor that compress the air, supply the apparatus with the air needed to keep it happy and not alarming at you. If the airline is unable to be used, then the apparatus is able to build pressure in its own compressor via throttle of the apparatus motor. Once again, hit the accelerator and you will build pressure. Okay? The parking brake, it's a simple system. It's a push-pull device. Okay? It is crazy how easy it is to depress and how much more work it takes to actually engage. Okay? A depress is a palm to the yellow switch and it will disengage. To engage, you pull that thing right back to you. If you try to screw in or unscrew the yellow switch, you'll actually hear some air movement to it. Okay? It's a very sensitive device, so you want to make sure that it does not twist in any which way or direction. Okay? It is yellow to differentiate from any other switches on the apparatus, and it does tell you exactly what it is used for. It says in big words, parking brake. You will see when we get in the apparatus. Okay? Once it's effectively set, the vehicle will then be constant state of brake unless disengaged. It's dependent on the apparatus being in neutral park. Even if it is engaged and you are in drive, it is that bad on the apparatus.